All right. So, welcome back to another fine scene for this life. Set in Duluth, Minnesota, and currently almost up to the hearth fire. Charlotte has spent the night with her bestie. Make sure she's all right. Just stay straight up, crashed out with her. Um, and when she was finally up the next morning, we'll probably hunker around long enough to make sure that Maria does at least open her door or get out or hopefully come down and outright get breakfast, but kind of just chills for the morning. It's totally not hovering. It's chilling to make sure Maria is reconnecting at the very least with her pack mates, and she wasn't doing even that the evening previous not properly. So all things depending, she might even have breakfast there. Who knows? It just kind of depends on what the situation is in that household. How are they doing the next morning?
Mostly fine. Maria does come down for breakfast. It's kind of like a quiet. It's very quiet, but not subdued. Quiet. That's the eerie thing, probably for Charlotte. It's quiet.
Not the normal for Maria, but then again, Maria's not in normal Maria mode right now, so that's understandable. But yeah, she'll come down, probably eat a little something, and then, just make sure Maria knows she's only a phone call away. But there's a lot of stuff she's going to have to check on with everything that happened last night.
Yes.
Yeah, she will roll out, probably initially intending to just first go back and get her goddamn phone. Because with everything that happened, she didn't have it for the better part of yesterday or last night. She needs to be fucking back in contact with runs. So, step one is the walk from the Raven's place to Freya's.
Okay. You find Freya parked out in her usual seating area. You can see the plume of cigarette smoke as you reckon with all the hullabaloo that's going on. She even got a cigarette. Probably it's just early morning, so you'll spot her.
Yeah, it's walking up with in the same thing she walked out with the night before. So it's like, this is practically pajamas, kind of comfy yoga pants and a t-shirt situation. Yeah, she'll saunter up and start heading up onto the porch. Hey.
Hello.
Anything crazy happen while I was out?
It's been quiet. Everyone's doing like double patrols from what I'm seeing. She rubs her silverish kind of hair. I think he's a bit upset about Cole going missing.
Yeah.
But he's been alright. He has gone out with some of the other kinfolk to make sure any other kinfolk in the neighbouring area are safe. He was one of the first people to jump for it, and you know how he is. I can't tell him no.
Yeah. Good big group go?
Nods. Oh yeah.
Any chance one of the crew went with them?
3 have gone with them.
Thank God. Okay.
There's just not. No. People are taking it seriously, and they went armed.
Yep, that is the thing. It's not so much that Charlotte doesn't expect them to take it seriously. She is sure that Felix would get enough people and go armed and probably get at least one Garou, but she wanted to make sure for her own fucking soul. So it's one of those things where she's nodding, like, yeah, of course. Okay.
There was someone lurking outside last night. She was a bit odd. It's about the only thing I can think of.
Just odd?
I mean, I couldn't see very well. It's just that she was kind of standing there awkwardly, and then when she saw me, she kind of backed into the bushes. I don't know. I've never seen her before. I think I've seen her around with you. It's just I had never,
shortest chick.
She didn't look like
hair?
she was going to do anything. She was not.
Super curvy or not super curvy?
Skinny.
Okay, Yolanda probably. Yeah, she's awkward.
Why was she outside our house?
packmate. And really,
Why was she outside my house, Charlotte? She did this for the first time Freya spoken with any kind of authority.
he glances
Why
over.
is she outside my house?
Probably because she wanted to make sure I was alive and not falling apart, and was too awkward to knock on the door like a normal person.
Did she think you were in my house? She was just this kind of confused look.
I mean, she knows that Felix is here, and I spend a lot of time here. She probably thought I was still here.
Okay. She just, she obviously has like tea or something. You can see the mug that has like steam coming out of it. She takes like a measured sip on her like good side. I don't like people being outside my house without telling me they're there.
Of course
More
not.
importantly, creeping in the back door is a bit weird.
On the back door?
She was by the side. I could see her from she points at the back porch.
Yep.
That's why I went out to have a cigarette while Felix was sleeping.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give her a heads up to just knock like people next time.
So
Preferably the front door.
I'm not mad. I'm just saying it was just. I'm not mad. It was just a bit odd. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. No, you're right. It was
Especially
odd.
since I didn't know who she was.
That's fair.
I thought that she was delivering something. I thought she was. I thought she was delivering something or something, or I didn't know what the fuck was going on. It was dark.
No, she is.
So next time, if she's coming in, she knocks.
I gotcha. I'll pass it along.
Because, Felix is still your mate, but this is still my house.
There's a nod.
So she kind of gives this very firm little Trimbenson nod. You know what I mean? You've seen all the Trimbenson do it. They just do this kind of like, You know what I mean?
Yes.
As if business is now settled. Yeah, it's exactly like that. So business is now settled. She just picks up her tea and just sips it.
All right, I'm gonna grab my phone and probably steal some coffee. Like, rubs the back of her head idly. Just kind of waking up rubs, like, meh. Felix is out. How early did he head out?
6 in the morning.
Hmm?
6 in the morning, she'll say.
Ah, okay. How are you doing? All this shit?
I'm all right. I don't usually go much off sept anymore outside to do, but normally I bring someone with me, so I'm kind of glad.
A faint smile. Not the only one. Glad you guys are safe at least. I gotta. Yeah, I'm gonna get in touch with everyone and figure out what's going on. And what we're doing. Just kind of like pause at the door just to see if Freya wants to stay out or wander in. Oop. There it goes.
There we go. Sorry, my power went due to bad weather. You
Hello.
right? What were you saying there just before my fucking power had a fucking heart attack?
She said he left at 6. She said, all right, I'm gonna tap in and see what's going on, and kind of went to go ahead and head inside, though she paused to see if Frey is basically staying out or wants to wander in.
No, she's staying out. She's enjoying the kind of the brisk early morning, if you get me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she'll wander in and probably set up the coffee if it isn't already.
Oh no, you can set up a coffee. Freya drinks tea.
Yup. Nope, she needs coffee to live, so she will set some up. She probably got some over at the Ravens, but sets up coffee, wanders up to snag the phone, essentially snag it off the charger, turn it on properly, and finally get a look through everything that hit it last night, probably starting with the most recent in case something came through this morning.
There's been a lot of chat in the wire about, double checking the numbers, and you know what I mean. That's kind of been the main priority of business. A few of the guardians are extending their patrols out into the burbs as well. Officially confirmed, there are 7 kinfolk and 2 Guru missing. 5 kinfolk have been grievously hurt, and 2 or 3 Guru have been grievously hurt. As well as of course, the subject humiliations, property damage. You know what I mean? It's kind of like all in all, it's not the worst thing that happened. Marrow's attack was way worse, but in terms of abject humiliation and anarchy, yeah, this has been it. There's been power outages. There've been essentially shit has been fucked.
Yep. She is actually, at least initially, taking the phone, heading back down to the kitchen, and as she gets herself the first cup of coffee, she's just gonna get it in a mug, sit at the table, and go through and just tally up everything that's happened, see if there's any word on Skyripper and Hanging Talon as far as how they're doing. And honestly, especially if the Glasswalkers, I assume, have set up a new chat or something so that it's something that Perfidy and Shadow's Web were in. So, yeah, she's getting her access into that and seeing what the patterns are as far as where has power gone out, where did we lose control of things.
You get the impression is that the chat with Perfidy was the reason they hacked into the communications and all that. Essentially, Perfidy was hit first. They planned it. This was incredibly planned. So once they hit Perfidy and nabbed Perfidy, you're not sure what the fuck happened after that. They just went and started hitting random places and choosing where they hit. They started hitting Glasswalkers. They started hitting everybody. You know what I mean? It's the amount of detail that went into this. It kind of gives you a chill up your spine because you realize, yes, they could have nabbed Perfidy, but someone had to point out who she was to get at that.
Well, it's not just that. It's that anyone can run through and kind of get an idea of where different people are and cause chaos by hitting places chaotically. But this is planned. This is laid out in a way where they could go from point to point to point as smoothly as possible.
They picked the perfect time as well when everybody was, you know what I mean? This was very well designed.
Yeah, it's in the evening. It's after people have done one thing before another thing starts. Yeah. So it's her just reviewing and kind of tabulating in her head what happened, why did it happen this way, what did they manage to wrestle out of our control, how bad is the damage.
They haven't tried to take anything. It's mainly they've been taking kinfolks, tagging areas, and you get the impression this wasn't where this is now ours. No, we're just gonna fuck with your shit. They've noticed a couple of places that were used as points of observing the Weaver are not broken. A couple of wormish places that they on the Glasswalker net have been struck as well. There has been a similar behavior, although not the same ferocity as you guys were. This was handled very differently. You can even tell by the style this was a different pack that handled the forces of the worm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that she'll take some real interest in as far as what reports we've got back on what condition those places are in. How hard did they hit wormish places? How much damage did they do?
You get the impression that a different pack. Definitely get the impression that a different style of pack hit the places of the worm. A much more you guys were hit in terms of making it look like, oh, there's some street mugging, street robberies. You know what I mean? The usual thing you would see in a big city. Places of the Worm, gang activity. And it went on the increase. There was reports of arrests. There was reports of, you know what I mean? It looks too organized. The known groups of the Worm that the gangs that are, you can even see there that like Angelo's group, you would have heard of these gangs before. Their members are arrested, members are detained, members are shot. You know what I mean? Different style. It is
Okay.
making it as inconspicuous but yet effective.
Is it debatable that they did as much, if not more, damage to those groups?
They
Because
did
they
more.
actually got people.
They did more because when you think about it, removing all the mid-time level dealers. Yes, the kingpins are still there, but without the mid-time dealers, there's no express way to ship their product. There's no express way to do anything. Fundamentally, it's beginning a dismantling process.
Yeah, all the low level people will flip over easily or scatter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. She's just going to take it all in for a minute while she gets that first cup of coffee, and then will grab, one of the travel mugs she uses all the time and pour herself that, wash her mug, make sure she's a good girl, leave it in the drying rack, and go up to change and start rolling out to see what's what. Make sure she knows the updates on who's doing what today, who's out, who isn't, who went with the kinfolk this morning.
In terms of who went with the kinfolk this morning, Ragnar, Jeremy, and they brought. Where is they now? Where is the Striders? They brought Charles. Ragnar, Jeremy, and Charles went with the kinfolk. They decided that Ragnar has gone ahead. It's essentially like he's the one checking the city. Jeremy's with the kinfolk, and Charles is on standby in a different car. You know what I mean? Because of the Arun and all that.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of who is doing main patrols, leading them, Artemi is on full go. Like Siggy's organizing, but Artemi is taking people and they're patrolling the Sept. Like you've got Calliope, you've got even Leaf is out there. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people. The Lawless have pulled back to Sept. That's how big it is. They don't usually pull back. So they're the Fianna pack. They're all here, patrolling the border.
Any word of any other major disputes after it happened?
There was a couple of tensions, but nothing. There was no big fights. You know what I mean? Most people, when in the initial clusterfuck, yes, there were some rampant tensions, but nothing serious. It was kind of like what happened there. Things were calmed down. Yeah, things were calmed down very quickly by Phalodoxus. You know what I mean? Typical Guru shit. There were some challenges, some beating ups. You know what I mean? Nothing out of the ordinary.
But nothing major.
No.
Nothing that needs an Adrian Phalodoxus attention.
No, pretty much. It was pretty much handled there and then. You know what I mean?
Oh, God. Yep, shoot. Check out who's where. Are the rest of the orders, like, what other normally city packs are sticking in, like, who's on Sept that isn't normally and who's out?
Anton and Vincent are on Sept. Siege Engine is out doing his patrols. Undergrowth is in the city handling some things with runs. The two of them are actually meeting up to discuss a few things about, you know what I mean, Theurge business. How the fuck did they get in? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're probably the two best people in terms of the city Theurges. Anton and Vincent are normally here. The warders are here. Damon's here. Cora is out patrolling. Bones is out patrolling. Damon is here double checking everything on Sept, you know what I mean, and trying to, double check anything. Skyripper and Hanging Talon are back on Sept. They're all right. Hanging Talon took a nasty bullet. Essentially, he had a battle scar that went right to the neck. You know what I mean?
Jesus fuck.
But he's fine. Like he's speaking normally. It's just that initial you've got a battle scar, so you're resting. You know what I mean?
Well, it also makes sense why someone was like, "Oh, he did. He fucking did. Oh, nope. Rage heal happened."
Yeah, they weren't sure. That was the initial shock. You know what I mean? Skyripper's all right. He's back at He's back at Lena's. He took a number of hits, but he was, you know what I mean. Thankfully, Silverfangs have a certain amount of gifts that make them tough to kill.
Thanks.
Mark of Thorns is on full. You notice there's a lot more. Like if you even glance sideways, there is a lot more spirits around than there normally is. A lot more birds.
I imagine she will at some point. It's not her Kool-Aid, but
Oh no, but
she's
like
kind of
even
paranoid about the fact
if you
that,
want
like,
to, yeah, if you want to get in kind of general area of set protection, there's a lot of birds around this place.
ooh, it's one of those things where she takes a glance, takes a look, just around at, like, base, people level, and then a look around higher up because she's seen birds used before, and then sees how many eyes are up there and goes, ha 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 ha, ha, okay, right, someone's on it, cool. Boop.
Oh yeah, you
Nope.
reckon this is Margaret Thorne's Kool-Aid? You know what I mean? She is one of the best in terms of communicating with Raven's birds on set.
She will make sure that Runs and Undergrowth know that she is on call if they need her for anything, and probably start milling around. She does want to check on Damon to make sure he's evened out and to see what the fuck. Like, make sure he lets that shit go. She does want to check on Skyripper and Hanging Talon.
I can do Damon first if you like.
Oh boy. Yeah, if he's the first person she spots, I have no idea where he is and what he's doing.
He is by. Let me just get my set location so I have this right. On Sept. You will see him in the classic area of the. Well, yeah, no, you actually will find him in the Barbed Wood. That's where most of the Theurges are. You see him sitting up against one of the trees. Oh, he looks oddly peaceful. You know what I mean? It's odd, if you get me. It's kind of very reminiscent to how he used to be. It's kind of that with that pose he has. You know what I mean?
He looked like he slept at all.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Yeah, that actually whisks off some of the worry between the disarming calm and, oh shit, he even slept. Fuck.
You will notice that there are one or two like ravens that kind of float along his shoulders. They always seem to be just around, not all the time there, but out of the corner of your eye, you'll spot one or two. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I imagine they're gonna act like normal birds and flit off when she comes close.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. But you just make note of it. You're like,
They're just weird. Oh yeah, no, she'll deviate. This is not one of those times where she's gonna awkwardly avoid Damon. Shit's too real for that right now. So yeah, she will flit closer and, give a pause. Are you holding up?
just open his eyes. You know what I mean? Hmm.
The head like tips a little bit just to look down at him. You look better.
I suppose.
Are you holding up okay?
I suppose any of us are, yes. In different things.
Looks like you at least got some sleep. She actually dangles down the coffee and offering on the off chance.
He shakes his head. Sleep is always good, especially after doing so much.
Hmm. You need to ride back to get your car later, or you already got it handled?
I'll get someone to do it later. Well, it's not like it's going anywhere.
Not likely. Maria's doing a lot better.
Of course she is.
Like a little puzzled look at that. Makes you say that?
Things you wouldn't understand.
Probably.
How could you? You're not one of us. I don't mean any disrespect, but there are things that we are connected to, both as daughters and sons of Stag, that a child of Cockroach could not even comprehend. It is more than just death.
As much as I don't love to hear it, I am quite used to hearing it.
You still made the promise, though.
That'll get the brow quirk. And actually, quick question. Did Maria seem like she got kind of bounced back from the low, or is she still there even that morning?
Hard to tell. It's actually odd. It's not that she's low. It's different.
She's just so sedate, it's hard to fucking pinpoint.
Yeah, but it's definitely markedly different.
Are you there?
In a manner of speaking. Sometimes when the call goes out, it depends on which face answers. But all of us hear the same hollowed scream. We just hear it in different ways.
She finally decides fuck it because no, fuck it. And she goes to hunker down. Not like right up next to him, just sitting a bit off, just alongside. And as she, hunkers down, knees kind of up, arms propped up on him. So what was that?
Life and death. The arbiter. The venom. And terror. All these things, and yet none of them.
How zoned does he look right now?
You're not sure. Theurge, man. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. She's like, is he in full Theurge mode, or is he just being cryptic because that's how Theurges do?
Not even sure. But he does. You do see his eyes. I mean, he believes every single word of it. In fact, there's some deep reverence there.
Just kind of doing that lean glance. It's an awful lot for one thing.
She is not one thing.
I don't suppose there's a plain speak version of what that was?
That is one of the sisters. One of her.
I'm not sure if you got cut off or it was just a very short sentence.
That is one of the sisters. One of her.
Okay. So what did I just make a promise to?
You made a promise to fulfill. And bring judgment to those who have caused violation.
I'm at least think I'm pretty clear on what I promised. Just always been told it's good to know who you're making a promise to.
The one that Maria knows. Her name is Nyman. One of the sisters of the crows.
does that one expect?
Vengeance, havoc, life. Once venom has been applied to the source of the corruption. And once the venom goes in, there is no mercy. Not for those who have violated such things.
Right. All right.
As I said, you would not understand.
She gives a shrug.
And you would not take it with the same reverence as many other Fianna would.
And she glances over, just kind of dangling the mug from her hands. That's what I have a Theurge for.
Your Theurge would not understand such things.
I didn't say mine. That's what Theurges are for.
We shall see if you fulfill it.
You think I won't?
You're not one of us.
Promise is a promise.
Yes, and those who tend to keep promises have a tendency to break them, all the same, no matter how deep the promise is.
Promise is still a promise.
Oh, it is not me you have to convince. When he turned you, look in Damon's eyes.
I mean, yeah. She's not shy of his face.
The deep blue with the little black, not like Maria's. Maria's irises go black. His is a mix of that deep ocean blue black. But his are more colder, far colder than Maria's are. Maria's are all venomous looking. These are cold. Not me at all anymore, Charlotte.
It's not a matter of convincing. It's a matter of doing what I promised to do.
He'll look over. You have made a promise, and she expects it. In blood and offering.
She'll get it.
I fear if you don't, for even I will not stand in the way of one of the Morgana.
Wouldn't expect you to.
For we all have our own ladies that have chosen us. You know, they say my father is the son of one of them.
Do they?
So some of the Fianna say. But the simple matter is, much like you have now, he made a promise. And he fulfilled it. And they gave him what he always wanted. The same way they will give you what you want in your heart.
Do they know what I want?
You wouldn't have made the oath otherwise.
A thoughtful squint on that.
I can see it in your eyes. You're looking for blood and vengeance and judgment. It burns in you like a wild flame. And now you've made the promise to keep it. And when it comes, you lean in, and again, those cold steel eyes, you'll feel the joyous ecstasy of it fulfilling.
Not gonna lie, it's just kind of like that. Oh. Because this is Thayard shit, and that's normal for Thayarges, but this is also Damon, and it's creepy.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Like
like,
I said,
oh,
he again, it's so different between the two. You know what I mean? So venomous, but then that's such cold. You know what I mean? He's the same level of fanaticism, Maria, but it's just colder, far more clinical.
it's also just very inherently not the Damon she grew up with.
Oh no,
So
very different.
I mean, it's pretty clear that it puts her a little off center. She's not like reeling and flailing and going, ugh, but it's uncomfortable.
And when you hear it, close your eyes and feel it rock through your body.
Okay.
Who knows? Maybe you might decide to not become a child of Harrier after all when you hear it.
The eyebrows do like a skeptical little lift, like, wait.
After all, part of me is still trying to convince Gora to listen to Matcha's call. And she likes it. Black Unicorn does not suit our purpose anymore. Not for what's happened. And like the picture, Katie, that's when you see they go fully black.
Yep. Man, this coffee sure is good. That's not weird. That's fine. Ooh. If an Adrian couldn't keep her composure, she'd be pretty sad. But man, she's just like, okay, that's happening.
But again, it doesn't look evil. I wouldn't say it looks evil. It just is unnerving. Because they're going to kill the worm, but God, Jesus, you know what I mean? That is a level of, you know what I mean? Did you need me for something?
No. No, I just wanted to check in. After all that happened last night.
Why?
I'm trying to remember, had Damon first changed when all the shit with the Skinners went off and we lost all those?
Yep. Yeah, he had around just after that. I think it was just after.
She gives a shrug. I was a Clea, shit like this knocked me on my ass.
They will be drowned in their own blood for what they have done. For harming my sister. And my pack. I will treat them as servants of the worm, and they will be punished.
Well, they've got it coming.
Same as those who have insulted my sister.
That'll get the kind of glance over.
Oh, you have nothing to fear. I am not so buck wild that I will attack on sight. Nor will I make some base attempt like a Shadow Lord to stab in the dark. But I will not forget. Insulting the honor of my sister, but also insulting the honor of you, is something I will not tolerate. I will take it and endure it. But when the time comes, I will have my retribution.
Gonna be able to keep fighting beside him?
I will do what is needed, as I said, but I will wait. There is a greater purpose. And then when it is done,
And when it's done,
oh, he smiles, Katie. Let me just put this into perspective for you.
oh, don't do it.
Let me just get this right. Do. There you go, Katie.
Yeah, that's not reassuring at all. Finally starts kind of, doing the little shuffle of I'm about to haul myself up to my feet. Just do it right, Damon. Don't make me come down on you.
You're going to punish me for defending you.
Can't punish a challenge.
You're going to punish me for defending you.
Not if you do it right.
You will.
I have duties too, Damon.
I see.
Doesn't mean I'm not going to backhand him myself for what he said.
We'll see. There's nothing much I can say to an Adrian. But I had thought.
I'm not talking to you as an Adrian.
Yes, you are.
I'm talking to you as a friend.
You are talking to me as an Adrian, Charlotte, and we both know you are.
Adrian doesn't have to warn you.
Yes, they do.
And Adrian can just wait for you to make the mistake and come down on you like a ton of bricks.
Or an Adrian can give you a reminder, and then when you break it, there's no need to warn or tell the fact that I told you not to.
I just don't want to see you in trouble.
What do you think I'll do? Kill him?
Oh. Gonna like looks over like, what?
You seem to think that I will not do something. You seem to think I will take it to a escalation.
She gives a shrug as she's gonna. I have no idea what you'll do. And admittedly, I don't like that.
I see. So this is my warning, I take it.
This is not an official warning. This is me just begging you to make sure that whatever you do it right. So I don't
Do it
have to
right.
come back.
He'll turn, and for the first time you'll feel anger in him. He violated your honor and my sister's. If you do not think that I will make sure that his is violated without mine own honor being stained by his decorum, then you really do not know me.
And I had the opportunity to for a long time.
And whose choice was that? I am the same man I was. Always have been. It's just now I finally can act. But I'm not so stupid as to spoil my vengeance.
I don't think you're stupid, Damon.
No, but you do think I'm impulsive. He
She
insulted
thinks about
you.
that for a second. But
He insulted Maria. Of course, I was in a more state of whether Gaia's gift influences my actions, yes. But the second he made that comment, I realized, as I sat here, that he is one this time. And that is all right. I will wait. And I will do my duty as a Theurge of the Sept and fight alongside him, heal him when the battle comes. But I'll never forget the insult done to my family and to you.
never
Until
asked you
I
to.
am. You are.
Not.
You're hoping that I will not go on some mad streak to make sure I do it the proper way. I am waiting till I am in the position where his rank does no longer matter to me.
I'm not hoping you'll stop. And I'm not hoping you'll tone it down. Just reminding you to be clever. I know you are.
Yes.
Even and Adrian has their hands tied on certain things. I don't want to get dragged in.
I see.
Not for that.
It
you
is
said,
noted. He is your friend, supposedly. And yet he made those comments about you and my sister and me.
I won't go unanswered.
No, it won't. You will apply a hand which will curb his enthusiasm this time. But he will never learn the lesson. Not yet.
She gives a nod. And I suppose just like with the other promise, we'll see.
I'm sure we will. You seem to have the answer already in your mind.
Do I?
Yes.
And what's my answer?
The same as it always has been.
And what has it always been?
Restraint.
Restraint why?
Because you believe that if you restrain yourself back from things, people will change to your ideals. And that is no longer the case.
Close enough, I'll give you 10 points.
You believe that somehow you being the decadent of peace makes you better. When in fact, I think it makes you look weak.
At best, it makes me decidedly different.
Does it?
Well, if that's the best thing I can say about it.
If that is what you choose. Things die and are reborn daily. Things change and peace changes.
It does.
In the end, it's all a lie. The cycle of life and death proves that.
How does the cycle of life and death mitigate peace?
Yeah, we'll never know peace.
What will never put no peace, sorry?
We will.
Not in the big, broad way people think of it. No. Not ever.
Not here either. There will always be a battlefield. Whether it is Gaia or the worm.
There will.
So why chase it? When it is just the inevitable thing that you all wish that you could have. Then why not? Take and give what is yours. And break the chains of inevitability.
Not chasing the impossible.
Yes, you are.
No. Not the impossible. Not things that the guru can never have.
I wasn't talking about the guru. I was talking about you.
So I'll never know peace.
Not in the way you want it, no. Not if you continue this path.
You said yourself, everything changes.
But are you changing?
If I wasn't changing, I couldn't have made the promise.
We will see. As you always like to say.
So faint smile. You're the one who's been saying it this whole conversation, not me.
Hmm. And yet you do not believe me.
What don't I believe? I can't know peace.
You believe, like your pack-mates, but yet you are also obsessed with yourselves. You'll never hear the song properly.
What's the song?
Hers. Gaia's.
It makes her just. I mean, it touches like a bitter little place in her heart, just because she doesn't. Then she finally just kind of looks up and off, and takes a sip out of the mug. Never have.
Liar.
Turns a glance back at him. And when would I ever have heard it? Oh, your signal's going.
There we go. I think I'm back. It was in a fucking heart attack.
I'm gonna say you just
Hello?
Okay, there we go. You're a little clearer now.
Hello?
Initially, you were a little choppy.
Hello? Hello?
Hello. Can you hear me?
I think I'm back fully now. Hang on. There we go. Sorry, my fucking everything has been annoying today.
And it's okay. I mean, I could kind of tell it was starting to go, so. No, right at the end there, he called her a liar, and she kind of looked back like, the fuck? He
You
just
heard
said,
it.
when would I ever have heard it?
You've heard it a lot more than you think. You have just chosen to ignore it.
How's it choosing if you can't hear?
You think you cannot hear it. You assume you cannot.
Like, this is something coming from, like, a cub level moment of bitterness, so she, like, kind of crouches back down. And how do I stop ignoring it then?
You reach over and touch her face with the scar tissue. His hands are surprisingly gentle.
Like, he can see he's touched a nerve.
You're wearing it. The very mark of your faith.
Say that after saying that all of our faiths are so different, I just flat won't understand some. But I can't.
You can. You just choose not to. You choose not to understand that why Fianna and Glasswalker all have their different ideologies. We all have our different other spirits we worship. We are all united by the same thing. You assume because you do not understand me that you do not understand the whole thing.
I don't just know that we're all tied together, I rely on it.
No, you don't. You rely on the bitterness of it. And I can see it in your eyes.
The chips on my shoulder aside. I don't have to hear to know the facts.
As was up you're obsessed with. He runs his fingers along the scar very tenderly, very gently. And the facts are right on your face. Even just stopping just at the lips and even going down along the lips and everything.
She's trying not to be distracted by that ram, yeah.
But it's a very different look he's giving you. It's far different. It's not the same soft look he always used to give. It's far different.
Then how do I stop ignoring it? It's not a conscious decision.
You keep on trying. For now, Gaia herself has heard you. You lift up her chin, so he just runs his hands back up, past the lips, along towards the top of the line of the scar. And she has given you the mark that you need to prove it, that she has heard you and heard.
Sorry, and heard what?
And heard. He doesn't say
Oh.
anything.
Okay. But I mean, she's just kind of studying and watching him. Because I mean, I imagine the level of earnest belief in like borderline fanaticism happening here is pretty real.
Mm-hmm.
And she's
But
kind of
then-
using it to fuel hers.
It's a different look. Far different.
I mean, he's not looking at her as a partner, and that's okay. That is what she prefers, really, all things considered right now. Oh, she's just trying to use the depth that he's in to help figure it out herself.
Come on. You'll take her by the hand and stand up.
I mean, she's puzzled, but she just kind of lets him snag her by the hand. Fuck it.
And he'll start to step sideways.
There's kind of that moment of like, oh, we're doing this now, and yeah. She'll probably end up just setting the fucking mug on the ground and using the metal side of it.
And then, you step sideways and you start to go along to eventually you end up. Just get it for you right now. To the thing you recognize as the tree.
Cairnheart, right?
Close to it, yeah. It's where they put all the shrines. The Cairnheart is literally, you can just see the Cairnheart, you know what I mean? You can just see it right there. The big statue with the wolf and all that. This is what the Cairnheart looks like in the Umbra, the tree.
Mm-hmm. Well, she will follow along. She's being led by a Theurge. There is no better company to have approaching the Cairnheart, so fuck it.
He'll position her so she's in front of him, but your back is up against his chest. Put your hand on it.
It's one of those things where there's like the skeptical glance back, like it's kind of that you think I haven't tried this look, but it's probably common knowledge that she hasn't tried something like that since she was like a cub. She gave up the ghost on trying to figure this shit out ages ago, so there's a brief kind of skeptical look, but she will finally obediently pick up the hand and put it on the tree.
You feel it's warm, kind of weird, tangible feeling, and he'll put his hand on yours and interlock them. No. So he's right up beside your ear. You've been given something that we all have been given. How we cross over, how we communicate. Even some of the gifts and talents we learn require it. And it flow to your body, into the tree.
It takes her a moment. She doesn't have let me look, because I want to say she's not as low as she could be on Gnosis, but she's not riding that high either, is she? Let me look. Can at least say I don't think I've bought it up since character creation. Oh yeah, it's good and low. So yeah, it takes a little bit of work, and she stirs it up, and yeah, she'll feed a point of Gnosis into the tree.
He feeds two in. He feeds two in, and you'll feel it. You feel this rich, vibrant feeling. It almost courses through your body. Shoots up your arm. Feel it. You feel like imbued almost. It feels weird as your Gnosis almost is regained back like that. And you feel light, dark. the moon, the sun. You look up and the umber just seems to brighten around you. You hear the faint whispering in the wind. You can't understand what it's saying. You feel the rain droplets along your hands. You can hear the leaves rustling. It just feels inane, benign.
But a lot sharper and a lot more tangible than it used to be.
You even look off in the distance and you see a wolf skulking on the edge, picking up vital bits of meat, surviving out in the wild. Seems to glow reflexively.
Yeah, it's it's Charlotte in processing mode. She's taking it in. She's not doing much yet, but she's looking and she's trying to kind of figure out what she's got now.
You lean in, and you can feel the skeletal hand on yours. You feel all of it. It is not merely the wild. It is not the weaver. It is not the worm. It is her. Her essence, her call. You turn, and so she faces him.
I mean, yeah, she gets spun around. She's pretty pliant right now. She's still in processing mode, kind of picking up the information she's being given, pulling it in, looking at it, turning it over. And in that state, yeah, she's pretty malleable. So she'll spin around.
Touch your scar.
It's not skeptical this time. It's almost like she's kind of idly worried what she's gonna find, but she'll reach up and do it. But there's still that kind of fuck it. It's a weirdly vulnerable moment.
It's warm, glows. You can even feel it. It's still scar tissue, but it feels softer, glowy, more natural, as if, yes, this is the very mark of my faith. As if I've been blessed by having this.
And it's a weird thing to do, especially, I mean, as a grown ass Adrian, it's a weird thing to do. But she touches that for a moment and kind of, again, takes it in and processes it, and it's a little bit on the weirdly vulnerable, and it's a little bit on the like. There's a little touch of odd disbelief because it's strange. It's new information that doesn't necessarily match all the information she was pretty sure she had. And of all the weird things to do, she actually like after a moment kind of looks down and kind of like tugs on the neck of her shirt and actually like of all the stupid things kind of looks down to the scar line. This one she can look at down on her chest, like just to one side of the cleavage, like from the stab into the lung.
Same. It glows a bit. As if it's like you've tanned skin almost. Do you know what I mean? Briefly.
Hmm? And yeah, she's like looking down and is this just because of the tree?
It's because they know who you are. And you gave something. And they gave you the mark of your faith. Because you greeted them. Why would they not give it back to you?
I didn't know they looked like this.
That is because you are so afraid of what it will look like.
even argue it. She was kind of like, oh. And yeah, finally lets go of the neck and just reaches up, idly touching the scar again, because it's weird. It's like I've got to confirm this this thing I've just figured out. Make sure that was real. And yeah, just is idly like reaching up so that the knuckles are kind of against the jawline and the thumb is up, just rubbing at the top edge of the line. And she's just looking at him like, huh. So I was like, what? But how come? Eh.
They've put the faith in your hands. All you have to do is accept.
Why is that so different from what I'm already trying to do?
You don't believe?
I'm just gonna go on.
You just hope. And hoping can only get you so far before you need faith to carry it.
Oh.
Now you need to believe. We've already given you proof. You can touch her face.
It's funny, she worked so hard the first time to be alright with it that, yeah, even now, even with the weird skeletal fingers, she's not. It doesn't seem to upset her at all that he looks the way he does. Or even feels the way he does, even though it is. Man, it is weird. Believing is more than just knowing. Isn't it?
I think now you will, though.
Yeah. I think so. It's funny, he reaches up for the scar when he does. She kind of just idly drops the hand, like getting it out of the way, because, I don't know, just kind of reflexive.
So go out there and believe. And give your faith to others, so they may take your hands.
Oh.
Know that your path is now righteous, and she can hear you, and she always will.
But yeah, it's one of those things where she's still a little kind of dazed by the whole thing. That's a lot to take in. That processing faith is a new thing. And
As he turns to almost move, you notice he slowly begin to fade. He'll reach over him with the most gentlest of touches of his lips, kiss right at the edge of just as the scar tissue touches the lip. But he fades, like step sideways.
yeah, that leaves her making funny faces, just kind of like, oh. like a moment where she just kind of stands there processing after he disappears. Even let me say thank you. And yeah, she will just kind of slowly, after a couple moments of processing, finally start slowly making her way back over to where they crossed in the first place because she left her money there and she can't just leave that sitting in the grass.
Mm-hmm.
So she has a
So
little
what you do
time
now?
to puzzle things together in her head, kind of fit them into places that they kind of fit for now. And yeah, we'll take a moment to get across and go retrieve her travel mug. And then, regardless of the kind of order of operation she had going in her head, she doesn't think about it so much as she just kind of deviates to go check on the broken snow. Which I mean, I guess is just going to Lena's cabin.
Okay. Yeah, you'll see Scarper actually sitting out there.
How's he looking compared to the norm?
All right. You know what I mean? He's got that kind of grim shrug about him. You know what I mean? It's that kind of like, you know.
She'll come up, offering a hand out to him.
Look over.
Good to see y'all in one piece.
It's good to be up and moving. And how are you?
I'm surprisingly good. Strangely good, almost.
That's good.
I assume we're still going through the raid.
I mean, if you wish to. I'm not going to tell you not to kill the worm. Besides, we do not need the Black Plague creeping in on us, taking
No.
advantage.
No, we don't. And actually, that's one of the things. She'll kind of like blink for a second and go back to just scroll through the series of updates and whatnot she got just to see if any of his stuff got hit in the process. She knows they got stuff in city, but
No, the Black Blade, no. The Black Blade is further out of the city, if you get me. So
yeah, exactly.
this is very much a city coordinated thing.
Couldn't at least have been that useful. Oh well. Clicks the phone off again.
Do your raid. And myself and a few others will be arriving on the battlefield.
And a few others.
Yes. From what we can tell, the Sinister and the others are very much running underground. Particularly after the raid you and the Gallows done, it seems to have knocked their operations in the city considerably. We need the Black Blade dead if we're going to get our kinfolk and our people back.
Yeah.
So, do your raid as you had planned, and then regroup with myself and the others. In the center, we are taking that town, and we are putting his head on a spike.
Good.
And then we're going to get our people back.
It's a firm nod on that one.
What'd you say?
I think it's a firm nod. Like, fuck yes, we are, essentially. There's a lot of extra energy there. She's basically just reinforcing, like, damn straight we are.
I believe we will be safe enough away from the fact that They will not, I don't think, strike again. I fear they think we are vulnerable, which is what we will use to eliminate another threat before we come for them.
Show just how much we're not.
Once the Black Blade is dead, I'll have you regroup with...
With
You'll
who?
have work to do.
Sorry, you said with who?
He said with the others.
Okay,
Didn't
sorry.
specify who. He just...
Will do. Even once that's done, I sure as hell don't want to have idle hands. Good.
No. No, we don't.
Hanging Talon up.
He will be.
Suppose Lena's out with the Cubs, isn't she?
Not.
Just nodding. Just trying to get everything set in her head.
You looking at the wormfolk, Katie?
Yeah.
You've never seen Skyroper look wrathful before. Not since that time he went out after Marcel. It's the way he's holding the clave. You know, it's sheath, look, obviously. You know what I mean? But it's the grip on the handle.
So, deal with the Black Blade, then we get our people back.
Yes. And we find out who is this leak.
Suppose we do. Do you have any ideas? At least anyone we're sure isn't?
There is speculation, of course, but we have no proof. So, find me it. And I will have traitors.
Yes, right.
It's the way he says that. It's almost like, oh, Jesus. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's
know,
why it is. It is. Of course, right.
You know, there's it's kind of the same look you saw in some of the members of the Court of Wisconsin, you know, the fucking Victoria, you know what I mean? It's that look, you know what I mean?
Oh, that's what we do with. Oh.
Some motherfucker just activated the heresy train, you know what I mean? Basically,
Oh, Jesus.
the super PAC. I'm not so stupid as we will begin publicly questioning people, but I want name.
Do we know what exactly was leaked?
Where best to strike, where best to take, where best to destabilize our operations in the city. They moved with 10 to 15 people. They knew where they were going. They knew when to strike us, how to strike us, what to do.
Who knows all of those places? Anyone Foster and above, Adrian and above? To know every location?
I wouldn't put past carve the path, but it would be too convenient. Your best bet is the city packs. Start there.
Flits a glance. Were any of Carves' pack or locations hit?
No,
Not even the homes.
but you definitely tell by not even the homes. No. Well, Marcel and Wildfire were on Sept anyway.
No, that's why I'm saying, like, were any of their homes or the businesses they're holding, the place where we keep the Glasswalker meetings, were any of those places hit? Because I know Carve's
the
home's
Glasswalker
that.
meetings were the Glasswalker meeting place wasn't hit, and there was no interest in hitting a memorial center. You know what I mean? Runs, you could definitely tell wasn't in on it because judging by the way he reacted, you know what I mean. You even can tell straight away that motherfucker was caught off guard. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, she could tell. Runs has certain tweaks when he is not in the zone on something or is caught off guard, and it is pretty tangible.
You're not sure about Marcel and Wildfire, but again, they were even caught off guard by it. You know what I mean? I would check the city packs. Yes, the Valerian are a prime suspect, but as I said, conveniency. I don't want a witch hunt without any proof.
No.
And Carves is far too intelligent, if it is him, to leave a trail that will point directly to him. If it is him.
True. May not be able to know for sure until we go for our people and we can pick up something there.
And get to work.
Yeah, she just nods, stands up, and yeah, all things considered, we'll probably hit the phone because people doing all the reviewing over what happened are Runs in Undergrowth, and let's face it, they're also two of the best authorities on what's going on in the city.
Mm-hmm. Who are you ringing first?
I know she left a message with Undergrowth already. So
Are you ringing him?
she will probably just fuck it. It's probably easier and faster at this point.
Yellow.
Well, hello. How goes the hunt?
Charlotte. We have a leak. That much is obvious.
All right.
There's no proof, and I don't think it's him. But there's a leak.
I'm assuming you two aren't in the same room anymore then.
Oh, please. What you take me for? He's much too erratic.
Are we sure
Especially
it's
with Perfidy missing.
Are we sure it's a leak and not them tapping into the information we already had?
I'll put it this way. They know where we are. Sept-wise. They know where some of our businesses are. They target specific businesses. Specific people. That kind of information isn't easy to come by.
Did Runs find any
He
sign that
found
his should have
somebody
been
had
compromised?
He found that someone had hacked in, yes. But here's the eerie part. There was definite hacking done. Some of it, there was passwords given that, I'll put it like this. They would need it. This software, even I'm mystified at. But Runs tells me that there's no way they could have gotten it. hacking-wise.
So they did have passwords, which means there is definitively a leak.
And this is not for his stuff either. This is stuff that Guardians would know. We're talking access to the Wormfoe, where he lives.
Do we have a pool of names on who has those passwords?
Well, you. Most of the Alphas on Sept have access to where the Wormfoe lives.
Yep, she's thinking.
And also specific territories of the Burbs, which is where you should narrow your search. That is where Perfidy was taken. That's where our last reported phone activity was.
Got an address for me?
Not an address, she was around the... She looks like she was at the border in between the Valerine and the Strider territory. It's a common place she patrols. I imagine that's where some of her pack territory is when you think about it.
Very
So
possibly.
you're better off talking to members of her pack, which are the Denfather and the Rightmaster. I know that they were good friends with the Striders. And the Eyes. Didn't the Eyes of Valerine kill one of their members? Suppose, of course, died honorably fighting the worm, of course.
Well, if a thing like that was known fact, it would have been something else.
Like I said, there are too many names. We'll need to see the next time we go up against these people. I want you to check all the sources. When the next time the Wormfoe calls an attack or investigation of these people, change the plan at the last minute. Don't tell anybody.
I presume except the Wormfoe?
Except the Wormfoe. Tell him that you're changing the plan. Selecting new people, or doing something to change the plan. And if they're ready for the adaptation, we'll know the leak is in the Guardians. Or in the Alpha.
Gotcha.
I wouldn't even talk to some of your pack about it. Not yet.
I gotcha. A heads up. I give Runs a call too, so I can't be accused of playing favorites. That and I've been in touch with him so far, it doesn't make much sense to stop now.
Sure.
And yeah, sorry, I'm trying to eyeball because I don't think I have a list of just straight up who the Guardians are, so I'm like scrolling down like, okay, eeny meeny.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I'm on it. Do we know if anyone's been keeping company or out of touch too often with these new groups in town? I know they've been here a while. They've been hedging in a while. It's a long timeline to cover.
I'll put it like this. Things started getting heated when the Striders went there. Runs and Perfectly went to back them up, and that's when the real fire started lighting. That's all I know.
What was this when they got the cub?
I know something happened concerning St. Cloud a long time ago. Alice was involved in that. But I also know that Perfidy and Shadow's Web, along with your friend Rustpipe, where they killed a couple of St. Cloud people and buried them out in the hills. I was privy to a little operation of them trying to come in here and take certain things from us, and we handled it. Abel was present for that raid too, as was the Striders, as was Alice. We covered our tracks. We got a little tip off from certain things.
Are we sure this line's secure? Or you want me to come talk to you?
What you say?
She said, are we sure this line's secure? Or do you want me to come talk to you?
This phone is safe.
The one, Xavier. He has lost both a son in this city, which I don't think we're responsible for, but apparently he's also lost a nephew. Probably to one of those raids.
I imagine so.
Which should explain the heat picking up.
He's an influential man. It wouldn't be hard to see how we could put the pressure on. Like I said, we gotta play careful now. And considering our little file that I gave you, I would play it extra careful.
I haven't forgotten.
Well, you better get calling.
Fun. Catch you later.
He hangs up.
Yeah. Bloop. Now it is time to check in with Runs.
Yeah, he answers. Hello.
Hey. How's hunting?
Comprehensive.
What do we got? What are we looking at?
Well, they hacked the network, clearly.
Which ones?
Most of our location of certain kinfolk, certain things. They also included the hacked into the response network.
On the Guardian cheese, right?
Nods.
Any idea how? Just fucking skill or?
All they would need is a phone connected to the network that we use. Once you hack your way in with a certain amount of skill, it is easy to infect the entire network. Leave us blind.
You know, if they
Choose the right time to leave us behind, and we cannot strike.
any idea if the timeline matches up with them getting into it before they got a hold of Perfidy, or
They would have to know how to get in first. For getting the phone is easy, yes. They could have acquired Perfidy quite simple. But this was done as if someone was logging on, Charlotte. Perfidy would not willingly give up those passwords, even under torture. I've known her long enough.
do we know whose passwords they used?
Not sure yet. They cover their tracks pretty well.
But it does mean that regardless of getting the phone, whether it was from the same source or a different one, they got the passwords.
Nod. It's a universal password, you see. He thought it would be safer.
Certainly easier to reset as needed.
That is the thing.
Got a user list?
All the Guardians. Abel, Zori, Cat. He stops. No, she is no longer here. Abel, Zori, fucking Charles, Stephen, Kieran, Siege Engine, Anton. No, Anton's not Guardian. No, crosses the list off. I keep always mixing him up. Artemi, Neri, Leif Ulrichsen, Maria Darcy Lynch, Shadow's Web, Perfidy, Ragnar. They were all on, and they all filtered off activity. And it's hard to tell which one of them did it.
The universal password, it would be hard. And there's no chance that anyone could have gotten the password out of someone who was drunk or using any gifts.
But that's the thing. How do they know which one to go for?
I mean, you can hear her just like rubbing her face, like, why is this so hard? Do any of their elders have access to it?
Well, of course, the worm from the water.
Of course.
And the alpha. But I very much doubt it will be the alpha of the old fucking sept.
It was one of those things where the eyebrows kind of pop up, like, oh, yeah, no, I think you are correct. That one. All right. I assume they led with the hit on Perfidy and Shadow's Web.
Seems to be the trigger point. Took their time and set themselves up. Definitely a city. Definitely Ura.
I was told what they were using were Glasswalker, or not Glasswalker, were Bonar tactics. But if they're getting into systems, yeah, sounds like a herd
Means
across the
they're
board.
mixed.
And I know there was at least one Shadow
Although-
Lord in the group that I saw.
I imagine a Shadow Lord, considering most of, if they're coming eastwards, that is mostly Shadow Lord territory. Held, at least.
She kind of pauses for a moment thoughtfully and blinks. Can't Ragabash pull information? She kind of snaps her fingers a couple times, like, texts, calls. Can't they do something?
They could, yes.
So if they manage to peg even one of the Guardians, they could start following and taking note.
But how would they know which Guardian it would be? This seems too professional to be a chance thing. That could be very easily how they done it, yes. But how they know which person to go for?
Well, once they got the password, once they got texts, saw that they were consistently going to the same people.
Again, yes, plausible, but it is like a needle in a haystack.
It is. Fuck. Do we have any other indications? Anything else? Do we know? Are they going northeast or southeast? Because we got a lake right east of us.
Southeast. Towards
Okay.
back towards Minneapolis.
Pardon as I scroll out and try to triangulate. All right. Gotcha. Well, I've got thoughts. I suppose. Fuck, but if they've got glasswalkers in the mix, that shit isn't gonna work either. Thank you, Renz.
No problem.
I won't keep holding you up. Just let me know if anything changes, please.
Of course.
Talk to you later. And yeah, she'll go ahead and click the call and just kind of to herself. And you know what? Fuck it. Has the password been changed for that?
Oh yeah,
whole
of
thing?
course. Yep. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Has she gotten the new one?
Yep.
She's gonna log in, and on the off chance, is gonna flit through the backlog, see if anyone lost or had to replace their phone recently.
Nope.
Well, shit. That would have made it
They
easy.
might have, but they mightn't have said anything. You know what I mean? Is that type of thing?
Yeah, it was worth a shot to scroll
Nobody's
back and
told.
see if anyone made like some new phone who dis jokes. Or like,
No,
sorry, I
nothing
haven't
like
been
that.
responding because this.
No. Some of them are like very inconsistent. Like, you know, it's like the more traditional tribes are a bit the inconsistent side about replying, but they always get back eventually. You know what I mean?
Poop sticks.
The Glasswalker Guardians are very good about that. Like, fucking runs tags people on the regular to see if they're still responding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the ones who don't typically like use phones, they'll reply on the once off. You know what I mean? But then they get tagged to reply, and they're like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm here. Don't worry." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, exactly. About what you'd expect. It's one of those things where she's just going through to look for a break in pattern. Because, man, fuck me. She will, I guess, I don't know how IPs reflect on phones. I guess it just shows the nearest thing they're piggybacking off of if they're using Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Poop sticks, so that wouldn't necessarily have changed either. Poop. Yeah, she'll probably be wandering and plunking and cussing and. Oh fuck it, where's Abel?
He is down close to the public housing, probably just after coming off patrol.
She weighs it for a minute.
You see him sitting down by one of the benches, lighting a cigarette, because you imagine the guard, the warden's like super patrol. You know what I mean? Yeah, you imagine him at
Fucking
this point.
doubles.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So he's just sat down like, whew. You know what I mean? You can just see the cigarette starting to light. If you get me.
Yeah. Yeah, she does owe him a backhand though.
But like, so, you can see him there. He's like, he hasn't seen you. He's just, you know what I mean? Do you know when you sit down after a long day and like, you know, it's that type of vibe. Choose Charlotte.
I don't wanna. Nah, fuck it. She'll head over there.
I mean, he doesn't see you, or like he doesn't see you till you're like right above his ass, because you know the way where you're sitting out, looking out, stuff, taking a drag of a cigarette. You don't really, you know what I mean, after a long day of work or a long day of
Zoned for a
anything.
second.
Yeah, pretty much. It's that type of vibe.
She's gonna wait for that moment where he pulls the cigarette away from his lips because she's not gonna like. I mean, after all, no need to ruin a fucking cigarette, but she's gonna clock him. Not like full on punch him, but getting a good knock to the back of the head.
Sorry, what did you say there?
She's basically waiting for him to like, you know, he's getting that first good drag.
Misclick something.
Okay, yeah, he's getting that first good drag. She's waiting for him to like do the lower the cigarette gesture, and isn't gonna like straight punch him, but she's gonna clock him across the back of the head, like the swat.
I'm assuming.
I couldn't hear you. Check my shit. Yours might be going out again. And my speakers are still set right. Come back, Torna. Ooh.
Sorry, thing had a fucking heart attack.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
Did you get it the second time? Or you need me to say it again?
Say it again, please.
Yeah, she waits for the cigarette to come down, so she's not smacking him mid intake. But it's going to give him that open-handed like pop across the back of the head as she comes
Yeah,
to
he
sit down.
he jumps to his feet because ow, ow. You know what I mean? But you do get a good smack across the face, you know?
I mean, yeah, it's either the backhand or more likely, I figured if he can't see her, she's probably going to have to go for the back of the head and just pop.
Yeah,
But
he
it's
jumps to his feet again, like whirling around, you know? It was like, whoa, fuck, whoa, you know?
start talking shit about you above your weight class. As I totally fucked that up.
Yeah, you did. I was like, what?
Yeah, that's for talking shit above your weight class.
What?
I may have been covered in spray paint while my ears were still working.
Oh. Now you care.
Quirks a brow?
Oh, no, by all means, Raya. You beat Damon the same way as you're going to beat me?
Is that much of a beating to you?
I mean, normally what you do is you're going to punch me again, right?
It's not like you violated the litany, Abel, but you did take it too far.
I'm not the one who got called into question here, Raya.
I heard.
Yeah.
And you put him
But
in
hey,
place.
hey, it's okay though, right? Yeah.
And you put him in place and put it to rest. And then you kept pushing and you dragged me into it. You dragged Maria's name into it.
Oh, I'm sorry, the little Fianna boy got a little bit too fucking excited with himself. It's not my fucking problem.
It's not like you've ever done the same sort of thing, no.
Oh, okay then. So I should automatically go, okay, Damon. No problem.
No.
We've all lost a little bit of control.
Abel.
Don't you able me.
Or
What? You can hardly talk to me about keeping restraint.
can I not?
No. No, you can't.
I said, you did what you needed to do. You won. And then you pushed too far.
Oh, you didn't like it because I put him in his place?
You didn't put him in his place. You nearly drove him into thralling.
Not
One is
my fault again.
understandable.
It is
One is
not my
not what we
fault.
need on the night of events like that.
He is the one who came spouting disloyal shit. It is not my fault he can't control himself.
No, it's not. I'm not holding you responsible for him.
Yes,
I'm holding
you
you
are.
responsible for you.
I put a cleat down. And I made sure everybody could see what that stupid Cleus was doing to my reputation, or trying to do to my reputation, when he is in no position to talk. Same as you.
Am I not?
No,
And why is that?
we both know why that is.
You're going for Adrian, Abel.
Yeah. Oh, what? Do you think you're better than me now? Charlotte?
No, I just expect better of someone on the verge of Adrian.
And I expected better from you a long time ago, but we both learned that's a disappointment.
Expected better. You know, you have been very close-lipped about what you expect.
He'll stand up. Like, he won't get in your face, but it's that kind of get roused. You know what I mean? He's not trying to, like, start a fight or anything, but the Galliard does get a bit, whew. We invited you into our home. I still remember when you so eagerly wanted to be our friend. She invited you in. I remember the day that she came back with a fucking clave impaled through her fucking gut because of something you asked her to do.
I didn't ask her to do anything.
Oh. That's okay.
And I didn't make light of what she did for me.
No. But it's fine, though, right? So long as none of your people are the ones that are maimed. So long as it's your people. Yeah. Yeah. Your people weren't.
So long as my people aren't the ones that are maimed.
Yeah.
You
may have been in the dead pack, but now look at you. And where is any of my people's? Anything?
As far as I can tell, you're moving up quite well. And I'm here to support you in moving up.
Oh, are you? Because I seem to recall your friends are the ones that often would kick me into the dirt.
My friends have kicked my other friends because most of my friends aren't mutual. And there's only so much I can do.
Of course. Naturally. Your little Fianna thinks he can mock me. Troll doll, I hear him. But no, that's fine. All of you want to just take and take and take. And that's fine.
Take? You used to love that kind of access. You used to love putting it down. That's how I knew you were coming a mile away.
Maybe I just had too much people take everything from me.
I'm trying to take from you.
You took Cassie from me.
No.
You took her from me.
I didn't take Cassie.
Yes, you did.
Cassie gave.
Because your packmate couldn't stand it. And couldn't fight. And of course, she died saving one of you. Like she nearly died saving Juno. That pathetic piece of trash that you clung onto for so long.
Juno is gone, Abel. Let it stay buried.
Oh, you don't like that? It's all very convenient.
Is it? I never tried to take anything from you, Abel. And I'm sorry about Cassie.
No, you're not. Because it's all fine.
Nothing's fine.
Yeah. But you'll just keep going. And keep taking. So maybe I don't want a part of it anymore. So if some uppity little Fianna thinks he can dishonor me when I have broken my back for this sept, I have been out there and I have not got the recognition that you have. I won't take it from no one.
And I don't expect you to accept what he said laying down.
No, but you expect me to toe your line.
I expect you to keep things within reasonable lines. Because creating another challenge or a frenzy or a thrall on an evening we still don't know who's alive and who's not doesn't make the point that you're bigger than him or better than him. It's just sowing discord.
I'm not the one who said it. So, either smack me already or get the fuck on with it.
I already did.
Well, there you go then, Raya. Case fucking closed. Now stop trying to pour your sanctimonious shit on me. I've heard enough of it to last me a lifetime.
She will wait all the way until he sits down. Because you know what? She really doesn't care if he gets mad at her for asking. Not after all that. Nah. And once he sat his ass back down, all grumpy faced, how's Melanie?
None of your goddamn fucking business. How about that?
Let's try this
Go
again.
Go ask her your fucking self. Raya.
You know, I need to look at some stats, and some things.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see. God damn it, all my shortcuts. Oh, wait, I've got a shortcut right here. That's why they're linked here.
So what you doing? What you doing, Katie?
Ugh. I am doing things.
Mm-hmm. What thing today?
Eh.
things that
Honestly, it's just gonna come down to spending a point of rage for the sheer speed of it, just to try to not give him time to react, so that she can kick him and the chair he's sitting in over.
I mean,
Just-
you can do it. He's not expecting it. He's not expecting it.
Yeah,
Still
no,
tumble.
it's just straight up Sparta kick the whole thing. She's not trying to necessarily do him a fuck ton of harm. She is just getting pushed to a fucking line. So no, she just like goes to spill the whole thing over. I know that you're almost as tired of getting walked on as I am. But I asked you a fucking question. I haven't done anything to your pack. I haven't done anything to put you in the dirt until now because I am tired of getting talked to like I'm not worth treating like my rank says I should be.
Melanie
Like my
is
deeds
fine,
say I should
Raya.
be.
Melanie is fine, Raya. There is your answer. Just looks up at you from the dirt.
You're not the only one with people standing on your back. She'll offer him a hand up.
Oh, he doesn't take it. Oh, no. He just lies there staring at you. Not in your eyes, at your chest. Don't try and offer me friendship, Raya.
I've never offered you anything less.
He eventually stands up. We both know it's fake.
Do we?
Yeah, we do. Not since you walked on my people to get where you are. Not since one of mine gave her life for one of yours.
I have never walked on you. I
Yes,
have
you
never
have.
thrown you under my feet.
Yes, you have.
When?
I'm not gonna point out fucking examples for you to fucking condescend. You know it.
I have never thrown you under my feet. And it doesn't do a lot of good to make accusations you can't back up.
You know yourself. And I'm not gonna try publicly row with you to get what you want.
What do you think I want?
Same thing that everybody else wants.
And what's that, Abel?
You call yourself the wisdom of peace or whatever the fuck your name before the deed name it was that you have now. But in reality, you're just as bad as the devil you claim to hate.
Seem to remember a laundry list of things that you held against that person. I don't recall doing a single one of them to you.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
What
You
did I
just
do
did it
to
in a
you?
much more subtle way. Get in nice and close. Have us care about you. And then when you take what you need, you go to the nearest thing and cling on to them. Have your friends walk on us and claim indifference because it doesn't actually bring you in. And she's dead. And she still believed in you and died for you. And all your pack could fucking think was it was just another Metis. So don't feign concern to me, Raya.
Gonna hold me responsible for a bunch of Cleiths who never got to know her.
I'm gonna hold you responsible for her sacrificing herself for your corrupted ideology. When in reality, she's gone. But everyone doesn't care anymore. And you can just bury it all away.
I haven't forgotten Abel.
Yes, you have.
No, I haven't.
So save it, Charlotte. I don't want to hear it, and I don't want to listen to you try and convince me otherwise. We both know where it is. And I don't regret putting Damon Lynch Krause into the ground. Agent or no.
So is your plan to continue to rise in rank and treat people worse than you yourself were treated, just to make sure they keep coming out like you?
My plan is to take what I need.
And what did you need out of Damon that was necessary?
So he'd never forget.
Did you think he was likely to?
You did.
You still won.
You did.
I haven't forgotten anything.
Well then, perhaps I wanted to remind him of who he is and his name. I am Abel Ulrichson. Of Clan Ulrichson.
Has he ever actually used the clan thing before?
Nope. No. Oh no. He was very much against it at one point when he was younger, when he was a Cleith.
It's not so much a reminder as an announcement when it's a change, is it?
You can put it in whatever spin on it you like. I'm sure you'll find an excuse to do it anyway.
I don't need to throw you under my feet, Abel.
You already have. And you will continue to do so no matter which way I choose. Just as you did there. So save it.
Oh, so you can lash out when you're angry that you're being questioned or not treated the way that you're meant to be. But me, no. Oh, that's unacceptable.
And there it is, the spin.
It's not a spin, Abel. It's blunt fucking fact.
You didn't like it because you have Damon Lynch Krause fighting for you. And I pointed that out.
I didn't like it because you made me someone else's weakness. You brought me into that.
Am I wrong?
You still had the wherewithal to throw in Adrian's name into something you wanted to do.
Am
Just to make
I
a point.
wrong? Am I wrong?
Suppose you're not.
Then I'll say it. Regardless of an Adrian or not.
And don't respond with surprise and bitterness when an Adrian responds. Exactly as they should.
I'm not bitter. Not anymore. If I was bitter, I would have laid down. I would have kept quiet.
I prefer you upright.
You prefer me the way you always think you prefer people. As something to use.
I don't
Something to
use
gain.
people.
Yes, you do. So let's not pretend what we're not here. You don't prefer anything of me. You don't care really how Melanie's doing. You don't care.
Am I soulless then?
No. And I don't need to explain what you are. I don't need to sit here and give you a sanctimonious reason. I'm done trying to hold your hand. I'm done trying to feign friendship. I don't owe you anything.
Don't? And for the sake of argument, Torna, where is Melanie being kept while she's in recovery?
Melanie is in the public housing. So go cuddle up with Leaf on the porch, Charlotte, and hide. Well, I'll go and do what I always do. Now, is that all, Raya? Or do you wish to kick me down further?
No, I have one question. Just one. You've earnestly believed all this the whole time. Why feign any interest in an alliance? Why feign the idea that you would actually hold the one if the first thing you're going to do is turn around and throw me at a Cleith?
She asked me to believe in you.
And that's how you chose to show it.
She's gone. Because one of you couldn't do her fucking job.
I am quite tired of hearing that, Abel. People fall on the field all the time. She's a Cleith. She was wading in against the daughter.
And hides in her room all day like a child. Where is she, huh? Looks around. Where is she? Is she out
I
here?
imagine she is out with, what's her name? Fucking, goddamn it. I imagine she's either out with Forgotten Earth or tending her bees, seeing as it's spring.
Do you know that for a fact?
Would you like me to check the pack link just to make the point?
If you're going to condescend me, Raya, I'm leaving. He gets up and, starts to turn to walk away.
Honey, you've been condescending me the whole time.
If you're going to condescend fact, and condescend the fact that your packmate is a coward, go ahead.
A coward wouldn't have been on the field and at least fighting beside me.
She is a coward. I heard her before, if I remember correctly, say, let me think. Oh, that she wanted to run. The dead mother had to put her in her place. And then she falls on the battlefield. And Cassie had to take her place. And then all of you... Oh, Abel. It's very convenient. We held you up after fucking Juno. When other people said the same of you, I defended you. That's fine.
Are you somehow under the impression that I never had a kind word to say just because you weren't in earshot?
I think you took what you needed. And didn't look back.
Sorry that you think that of me.
It's what I see. You chose to believe Leaf's stupid ideals. Follow him down south with Runefur, who will stay down in a farm.
For the gruesome task of recovering a cairn? Yeah, that is a stupid ideal.
Yeah, and we were here. You chose when you didn't need us anymore to go chase them.
I lived with them the entire time I had been on this sept. Of course I talked to them. Of course I spent time with them. They were my roommates back then, Abel.
Of course, yeah. And who brought you into their own pack house first? I remember my alpha brought you here.
McCallum too.
Yeah. Oh, you do you?
I do.
When have I heard a tale of his name? When have I heard you sing praises of his name? When?
I'm not a Galliard. What
No,
ill
I've
have
heard
I
so.
spoken of his name? What ill have I spoken of yours?
No, you've just left us forgotten. At least ill will would mean he would be remembered. But no, nothing. Oh, I have seen perspective, Charlotte. So, let's not waste time rowing at each other when both of us are never going to agree. So, would that be all? Or do you intend to punish me further for beating down one of your friends?
Already told you. You got one smack, and it wasn't for what you did to Damon. It's for what you
Well,
said
there you
about
go.
me.
Well, Raya, as he bows, starts walking.
Let him go. And as much as she's sure Melanie is not going to be thrilled with her, she will actually check on her because, Jesus Christ. She does actually give a shit. It probably won't be long. I imagine Melanie won't want to see her for more than a moment, but
Melanie's there. She's just lying, in one of the rooms. She's a bit bloodied and all that, but she's obviously healed up most of it. She's just like tired.
yeah, it's the little rap on the door before she walks in because that's fucking rude.
Yeah, she kind of looks at you after she says, come in,
And she'll take the whole, the cursory step in, not invade her personal space. Going back together all right?
Yes, Raya?
You need anything?
No, Raya, I don't need anything.
Somebody already get a report from you on where you were jumped?
Yes.
In that case, you know what? She's not going to push herself on Melanie. That's just mean. Especially after that. I'm sure she's hearing it through the link already if she hasn't during the fucking fuss.
To look over. You wish to say something.
Well, I think I want to leave it alone. Unless there's more that needs to be said.
Depends on you.
No. Contrary to popular belief, I don't want to fight.
He is tired of being forgotten.
He hasn't been.
He has been. Let's be honest here. He has.
How can he be forgotten when you're getting incredible
Um,
mission opportunities, when your names are being
because-
sung for the raids?
Because we took the opportunity. Before that, we were often kicked in the dirt, if I remember correctly. If I remember correctly, the Fianna used to do it regularly with Abel. That Fianna of yours, MacDuncan and his cronies, I remember attacked several of my packmates, including Maria. Before that, we were often the targets of fights. I even remember Abel stepping in to try and bring peace. And was attacked. And I don't need to tell you what happened to Cassie.
I remember.
So maybe they're tired. And I know Haley and Charles are not around enough to remember that. But maybe himself and Zoe are tired of it.
And you?
Things change. It just often depends what we do after. Peace is still here, and although it has cost us a great many deal things, we will have to change in order to achieve it. It is the nature of the things. As the first lesson we learn is the urges, especially of my tribe.
Dare I ask what you mean by change?
What are you wanting to hear?
At this point, only what you're wanting to tell me, which could easily be, please leave.
I'm not going to tell you what that means because it's different for everyone. Your change is different to mine, is different to Abel's. How could I tell you what your perspective is when I have my own?
Offers a shrug. Suppose you can't.
The guy just looks at you then and kind of just gives a shrug of the shoulders.
In which case, offer a nod. Glad to see you recovering. Same.
Of course, Raya.
And she will let herself out. Because she is not going to push Melanie. That poor woman deals with enough. Especially after what she just did. She's already dealing with some shit.
So what trying to do now, but
I mean, honestly, she wants to be a fucking child and go over into the public room and throw things, but it's not especially feasible.
would you like to end it there then?
Yeah, she'll just, especially now that Abel is marched off, probably just go sit out on the front and start going through the phone again, trying to figure out who's what.
Yes. Join her
Yes.
now.
Right there.